us millions. I'm going to share you some free game. I'm going to share it with you right now. Make sure you're paying attention. Make sure to tag people that are recruiters in this. It's going to be absolutely game changing. I'm going to give it to you totally free. So let's talk about a strategy to convert your social media from consumption to production, and the 4-step strategy that we use to make millions of dollars recruiting on social media. And this is great for any sort of business that recruits, especially people that are recruiting one-to-one, people that are recruiting a lot online. Okay, so we need a few things. The first thing we need is we need a strategy, a plan, a process. Okay, winging it does not work. You can't duplicate winging it. Discretion is the enemy of duplication. We need a system that is coherent, makes sense, it's easy to understand, it's easy to execute, it's easy to duplicate. Okay, that system should have 4 pieces. Our system had 4 pieces. We had an outbound strategy, number 1. Okay, you're going to be controlling the flow of the conversation, the amount of conversations, the speed of the conversation when you are outbounding to people. We're not going to attract. Okay, we're not going to depend on attraction marketing. We're going to go to the people. We're not going to wait for the people to come to us. We need an outbound strategy, number 1. Number 2 is we need an inbound strategy. We do need a process and a plan and a system to bring people to us, to filter out from the masses, the people that would be good fits, the people that match our avatar description, the people that are hot and ready, like Little Caesar's Pizza, baby, to take action, change their life. We need a strategy to convert those people into traffic and leads for our recruiting business. So we need an outbound strategy. We need an inbound strategy. The third thing we need is we need a list building strategy. We want to use social media to passively build lists. We want to send something out in the morning and come back at night, and there's a whole bunch of people on our list that are interested or fit the demographic, fit the avatar, that come into our world, that build lists for us, okay? Passively, passive list building strategy. And number 4 is we need a market opening strategy. We need a strategy to be able to use social media to get into new markets, not just work through our existing markets. Okay, what I love about the strategy that we teach is you're completely in control. We're not depending on ads. We don't spend any money to do this. We're not depending on going viral, because that is completely unpredictable. If you do that, that's amazing, but you don't need to be able to go viral. You don't need a huge following. You don't need to go viral. You don't need to spend any money on ads. It's literally free. It's free. All it requires is a strategy, a system, and to execute this daily. Here's the other best part. This can be done in 10 or 15 minutes a day, and literally made me and many of the people that I've taught this to millions and millions of dollars, okay? So let's talk about these strategies. Okay? And by the way, if you want more info, you want the complete system, you want the vertical integration, okay, this is one part of a 5-piece lead gen system. I'm going to teach you one. There's 4 others. You say, well, I don't know who to talk to. Okay, well, that's because you don't have these processes in place. So this is part of our 10X recruiting intensive. We've got a 30-day recruiting intensive program where I'm teaching all the strategies. I'm giving you all the scripts, all the playbooks, every tool known to man to become a massive recruiter. You can actually scan that QR code, or you can just type 10X in the comments and we'll send you a registration link. Okay, so listen, outbound strategy is going to be where all of the money is. The money is in the messenger. We're going to use outbound direct messaging, and we're going to do this in a 3-part process. Okay, I've got a 3-part strategy for using DMs to convert into recruits and into income producing activities. Okay, piece 1 is hunting. We're going to send a hunting message. A hunting message is a direct ask for business, a direct ask for recruiting. We're going to send a message making that direct ask. That might sound something like this. Hey, Ian, long time no see. I hope you guys are well. Hey, I'm not sure that you'd be interested in this, but I think you'd be great in my business. Let me know if you're ever open to talking about making a substantial income from home. God bless you. Talk to you soon. Just a direct ask. Okay, we're going to send 50 of those messages, 50, every single day on Facebook. Now, you can do this on LinkedIn as well. You can do it on Instagram. You do it anywhere that you can send direct messages. For me, Facebook was an easy pond to fish. 5,000 Facebook friends at 50 a day is 100 days to do that cycle. We're going to hunt. Then number 2 is we're going to farm. After we hunt, we're going to come back and we're going to farm. Hunting is a direct ask. Farming is an indirect ask. That might sound something like this. Hey, Ian, long time no see. I hope you're well. Hey, I hope this isn't a weird question. I'm sure you're really happy where you're at. You wouldn't be looking to make any extra income or work from home, but I know you know some good people. They can make this much money working part-time, this much money full-time, all the training's provided. Again, I'm sure that you wouldn't personally be interested, but if you know somebody that is, I'd love for you to pass this information along. Thanks in advance for any connections you might be able to make for me. God bless. And that's it. And what we're looking for is we're actually not looking for them to pass it along. Okay. We're looking for them to say, well, I might be interested. Because we didn't go at them, their defenses are down and they're more open to tell you what they're really thinking, which is, well, I might be interested in some extra money. I'd love to be able to work from home. I'd love a 6-figure income opportunity. Okay, great. That's what we're doing. When we farm, when we go around the direct ask, it lowers the walls and they'll tell us that they might be interested. Okay. And the third one is cultivating. So we're going to hunt first. We're going to farm second. We're going to cultivate third. Cultivating is no ask. Hey, brother, just thinking about you. I hope you're well. Let me know if I can ever help you in any way. God bless. Boom. We're not asking for any form of business. Why do we do this? We're going to let the ground rest, right? We've been hunting. We've been farming. Now we're going to let it rest. What's interesting about letting it rest is you actually get about the same amount of response to that as you do the other ones. Why? Because you didn't ask them for anything. You get a lot of, hey, man, thanks. I meant to get back to you. I was busy. I meant to hit send, blah, 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 blah. Right? Okay. That's great. What we're doing is we're creating conversations. We send 50 of these a day. Now, guys, look, this is a 1 or 2% conversion game plan, but it can be done every day, 7 days a week, rain or shine, from any time zone. It doesn't matter. It's easy. It's mindless. Copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And what we're doing is we're creating some interest. We're creating some conversations. We're converting from there. Okay. So that's our outbound messaging script. Okay. That's our outbound messaging system. The money's in the messenger, you all. I want to control that level of outbound. Okay. So let's talk about inbound strategies. So we can do this with stories, or we can do this with reels. We can do this with stories or reels. And what we want to do with inbound strategy is we want to make people feel seen. We want to make them feel understood. We want people when they're looking at your content, we want them to say, this person understands me. This person gets it. So we can use story posts, or we can use reels that bring people into our market. So what are some of the common pain points? Okay, what are some of the common pain points? So this might be something that's like, you know you're getting old when you can't remember the last time you got a raise. If it's been more than 10 years since you got a substantial raise, type 10 in the comments, and I'll send you a blueprint to give yourself a massive raise in the next 10 days. Okay, so something that identifies the unhappy workers, like, man, I haven't had a raise in a long time. This person sees me. Well, of course I'd like to get a raise. How do I do that? I type 10. Okay, and so what we're doing is we're finding people that are responding to those pain points, and we're just making a post. We're putting it out there, and the interested parties are responding to us. They're responding to us. That might be something like, most people don't start a business for these 5 reasons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next story. Which of these reasons do you most identify with? Next story. If you want the cheat code to overcoming that issue and starting a business for no money down or a little money down, just comment business and I'll send you the cheat code right away. You can use ChatGPT to make a little infographic, okay, about these 5 things. And what you're doing is, it's not the infographic. You want the lead coming in. Somebody saying, well, I'm interested in starting a business. Okay, that's a great person to talk to. They also told you why they haven't started a business, what you need to say to be able to recruit those people, right? So we can do this with story posting, or we can do this with reels. Okay, you go look at my Instagram, you see some of the last reels. Okay, some of them have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments from people who have identified with the pain point, okay, and who are asking for some information on that. Now, we should do that about once every 3rd or 4th post. That's about as often as you can do those things without feeling salesy and spammy. Okay, look at your Facebook algorithm. It is friend, 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 add. Friend, 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 add, right? Or friend group you might be interested in, friend, add. It's 3 to 1. For every ad, there's then 3 things you want to see and then an ad. That is the science, okay? Then we need list building posts. List building posts are things that prospect people without them realizing that they're being prospected. Their engagement posts, their posts that we put out there, okay, that either identify the pain point or the demographic. They either identify the pain point or the demographic that we're looking for, and they build the list for us. Here's an example of that. Shout out to all my entrepreneurs out there. Drop the name of your business and what you sell, no links. Okay, and so you post that out in the morning, and the night you come back, there's 180 people who've commented. Now, here's what they've told you. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a business owner. I'm business minded. You want to recruit people like that, right? Okay, so this built a post. You didn't have to go sift through these people. They sifted themselves out. You might be a post that says something like shout out to everybody who's crushing it in their career right now. How much is a good income today, do you think? My answer's in the comments. Or, hey, shout out to all my hard workers out there. Shout out to all my single moms who are working out there. When's the last time you got a pay raise? Drop that in the comments. Okay. And so what we're doing is we're sorting these people by a pain point, like I haven't gotten a raise in a while, right? Or shout out to everybody who's commuting more than a half an hour each way to work. If you commute more than a half hour each way to work, drop your commute in the comments. The longest one wins. Okay, and so now you're having this pain point. These people are driving for an hour and a half each way. What a great way to start up a conversation. Hey man, thanks for commenting on my post. I saw that you drive over 90 minutes each way to work. That must be really taxing. If you could change that and you could work from home and make what you are making now, is that something you'd be open to considering? Well, yeah, I suppose so. Great. Let's jump on a quick Zoom. I'd love to share that with you. What's happening is we make a post that's identifying somebody by a pain point that we can solve or a demographic that we serve, and they filter themselves out. We do one thing for 2 minutes in the morning. We come back and we have tens or hundreds or sometimes even thousands of responses on that, and they're prospecting themselves. They didn't realize they were prospecting themselves, but they were prospecting themselves, okay? So we want list building posts. We want a whole different variety of those, a bunch of different ways that we can do that, okay? This, again, is something that should be posted 1 and then 3 without, 1 and 3. So in a perfect world, we do some inbound posting, right? And then we do some list building posts. Some inbound posting, some list building posts. 3 normal, 1 business focus, okay? And then the fourth thing we needed in that strategy for massive free social media lead gen was a market opening strategy, okay? So we call this host a post. So this is somebody that might not be interested in your business, could be somebody you know really well, could be a friend or a family member, maybe a client, an ex-recruit of yours, just somebody that's not interested in your business, right? And what we have is we have a little pre-canned text here. And what we're going to do is we're going to call them, we're going to reach out and say, hey, you know what? I know you weren't interested in working our business. We're expanding like crazy right now. Would you be willing to just share a post for me on your social media page for 24 hours? It would be a huge help to me. Sure, yeah. In fact, I can actually just send you the text right now. Just copy paste it in there. Tag me in the post as well so I can see it. And so what that post might say is like, hey, for anybody that's looking to work from home, I have a friend that has a really successful business doing XYZ, whatever that business is. It's a strong income opportunity. They're great leaders. If you've ever been interested in something like that, just comment interested and I'll connect you. And so what happens is we're taking somebody else's market, somebody else's credibility, and we're leveraging that. We're not going at them. We're asking them for help to leverage that market, right? Hey, can you just share this quick post with me? So what they do is they do a post that essentially works like a list building post, but it's in a virgin market, a market that has not been tapped into by what you're doing, right? So you get a whole lot of low-hanging fruit. Interested. Because they've tagged you in that post, you can see the comments. So when somebody comments interested, you just shoot them a DM, right? Or you reply to them if you're not allowed to DM. Some of you are in DM jail, okay? And Facebook won't let you DM people you're not friends with. Okay, fine, no problem. Just comment, hey, thanks for commenting. I tried to DM you. I can't. Shoot me a DM if you would. And I'll message you right away, okay? And so this is opening markets. I wanted people to do that 1 time a day. So watch this. In 15 minutes a day, here's what we did. We sent out 50 DMs, copy paste, right? Takes 5 minutes, copy paste, 50 DMs. Okay, we do either a list building post, right? Or an inbound inquiry post or reel or story. Okay, one of those two. And then we get one market opening, one marketing open commitment, one person who is willing to say, yeah, I'll post that for you. 15 minutes a day. What's happening here is we got lead flow all over the place. We got responses to your DMs. We've got interested people responding inbound. We've got lists being built for us, and we've got markets being open. We cycle that every single day, and we teach that to everybody that we train on our team. And so we've got massive contacting going on. If you want massive recruiting going on, you need massive contacting going on. So guys, look, hey, I have 4 other mechanisms by which we use to generate massive amounts of recruiting leads totally free. They don't cost anything. They can be done in a few minutes a day. Anybody could do them. And so if you want massive recruiting, you need massive contacting, massive lead flow. Guys, look, in our 10X Recruiting Intensive, which kicks off this Thursday, you still have time to join. It kicks off this Thursday. We're not only just teaching you what to do, we're actually giving you all of the scripts. Word by word, verbatim, the exact scripts for the list building post, the exact scripts for the DM, the exact scripts for the inbound interest posting and stories, the exact scripts for the host to post sharing, the exact process. And that's just one piece. We're doing that on all the 4 others. Plus, we're teaching you the scripts on how to set and convert those into appointments, presentations, and overviews. We're giving you the 10-minute recruiting presentation playbook, the recruiting question cheat code, all of the overcoming objection playbook, how to onboard people successfully in a 30-day intensive. It's going to be absolutely crazy. You want to explode your recruiting, you cannot afford to miss this. All you need to do is scan that QR code or type 10X in the comments. We'll send you a link right away. But this kicks off Thursday. There's a hard stop for registration Wednesday night. Today is Monday. So you got 2 days. Take action. I hope this helped you. And I hope that you see that, look, hey, you might feel like, I don't know where to get people. I don't have enough lead flow, folks. You are starving in the middle of the supermarket. You need some skills because skills pay the bills. You need some systems because personality-driven businesses aren't very useful, but system-driven businesses are very useful and very valuable. So, hey, hop in. I can't wait to see you inside. It's going to be amazing.